Welcome back, everyone. This is my new Daredevil Marvel video, really for all the Marvel Netflix characters. Punisher, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. too. Marvel just made this big Disney Plus announcement. They even dropped a short trailer for it, so we'll break it all down because it's all part of a much larger plan that they have for all the characters and for the types of Marvel shows that they're doing on Disney Plus. Everybody get hype. If you're new to the channel, we're doing a giveaway for those Spider-Man No Way Home Blu-rays they just announced. They ton of extra Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Matt Murdock Daredevil deleted scenes. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and let me know where you want to see all these Marvel Netflix characters start showing up in the MCU next. Real quick shout out to my friends at HelloFresh who asked to sponsor this video. They wanted me to tell you about their meal delivery service. Most of you who have been watching any of my videos, following my channel for the last several years, always ask me if I ever have time to sleep. And the secret is that it's all just a lot of time management wizardry and good nutrition thanks to HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you get pre-proportioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered straight to your doorstep. You don't have to waste any time going to the grocery store, trying to find everything, or even coming up with your own recipes. HelloFresh takes care of all that for you. They also help you cut down on food waste. Their pre-proportioned ingredients means that they give you exactly the right amount for everything you need to make all your meals, saving you time and money. If you go to HelloFresh.com right now and use the promo code POGEmergencyA16, you can get 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts across 6 HelloFresh boxes. Plus, the shipping for everything is free. Some of the free gifts are appetizers, desserts, and some of the more premium recipes. So I'll put a link for that down in the description below. Be sure to check them out. So big thing first, you all probably saw in your feeds this past week that Netflix was getting rid of all the Marvel Netflix shows. Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, The Defenders, Punisher. That's because the agreement that Marvel had with Netflix is over and they now have the ability to bring all those to Disney Plus proper. That's going to happen by the middle of March, so if you're not watching this video till like a week after I post it, the episodes for all those shows might be up on Disney Plus already. As part of this, they're also getting Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. back too. They're bringing that to Disney Plus. If you didn't realize, they didn't have those episodes on Disney Plus yet. More on that at the end of the video when I talk about what's canon now to the MCU and what's not canon. The bigger deal here, though, them bringing the Marvel Netflix characters to Disney Plus, is that if you live in the United States, or you've lived in the United States the past couple years, the version of Disney Plus that you've had access to only has family-friendly content like PG, PG-13 stuff. Pretty much every other country around the world that has Disney Plus has a special section of Disney Plus in the app with rated R adult content, or TVMA, whatever your country calls adult content. In all the Marvel Netflix shows, Daredevil, Punisher, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, The Defenders, were all rated R, TVMA. The reason this is a big deal now is because it just means that Disney Plus is planning on doing more adult content. Thankfully, finally, it's not all going to be PG content. I think some of us heard about the plans for upcoming shows, big characters, fan favorite Marvel characters, and the thought of them doing some of them as PG, PG-13, kind of hamstringing some of the stories, which is kind of sad. I've talked a lot about them doing a new version of a Daredevil series eventually on Disney Plus, but people were kind of upset because they're like, how do you do that as a PG-13 or PG series? It'd be like the most watered down version of Daredevil ever. Please don't do that, Marvel. The fact that they're bringing the original Daredevil episodes to Disney Plus, they're not going to put it somewhere else like Hulu or some other streaming service, means that Disney is not afraid to do adult content. So you don't have to worry about them hamstringing any kind of future revival series for any of the Marvel Netflix characters. Moon Knight is probably a good example of that too. It's going to be way more hardcore than Loki episodes, WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, What If, Hawkeye. There are a lot of Marvel characters out there that would make for amazing TV series, but aren't super family-friendly PG content. There's no version of the Punisher that you could do as a PG, even PG-13 series. I did a video a while ago too about Marvel's current plans for Charlie Cox's Daredevil and Kingpin inside the MCU because they're sort of the tip of the iceberg. They came back during Spider-Man No Way Home and Hawkeye, and they're the tip of the iceberg for them sort of re-canonizing or canonizing most of the Marvel Netflix stuff. Most of those actors coming back in some form in the future in the MCU. Not everybody, but most of them. Right now the plan just starts with some of the Daredevil characters. In the next couple of years, mostly having them show up in other people's Disney Plus series, like Daredevil is supposed to be part of the She-Hulk series, Jessica Jones, Kristen Ritter rumored to come back during that too. Daredevil, Kingpin, and some of the other Daredevil Netflix characters are supposed to come back again during the Echo series, and that's supposed to feel kind of like a Daredevil Season 4 unofficially. In longer term, like a couple years down the road, the scuttlebutt is, I've mentioned before, Marvel doing a full-blown Daredevil Disney Plus series revival, with most of the characters coming back. Like, everybody gets new costumes. Like, Daredevil will get a new Daredevil costume when he shows up as Daredevil in the MCU. Like, we saw him as Matt Murdock during Spider-Man No Way Home. The next time he shows up, we'll probably see him as Daredevil with a new Daredevil costume. But all these characters will still have the same vibe as they did during the Netflix episodes. Vincent D'Onofrio even said during all his interviews on the Hawkeye series he was playing the same version of Kingpin from the Daredevil Netflix series. He had the exact same cufflinks. He was even wearing the same black suit in one of those deleted scenes.
When you talk about organized crime in the Marvel Universe and you talk about the seedy underbelly of New York City, there is one primary character that comes to mind.
He said, I want to bring you into the MCU, and I'm not going to say no to that. Like, that's pretty awesome.
But when they bring some of these characters back, like Kingpin, for example, they did this special featurette on Disney Plus that you've probably seen. The Marvel producers said that they wanted to do a slightly different version of Kingpin, like they wanted to do a more heavy-set version, but they kind of changed their minds about that. So they wanted to tune some of the creative behind his character, but essentially, he's the same version from the Daredevil Netflix episodes. It'll be the same thing with all the other Marvel Netflix characters, pretty much the same versions of the characters, with just slight creative retunings like different costumes, and it's not like they're going to come back referencing every single thing that they ever did in all those episodes. So the biggest question a lot of you have been asking me now the past few days is, does this mean that all the Netflix shows and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are now totally canon 100% to the MCU? Like, are they bringing everybody back inside the MCU now? And the answer is no, not totally. Like, they don't have big plans to bring back Iron Fist anytime soon. Mike Colter said that there are currently no plans to bring back his version of Luke Cage right now. Yes, Coulson did come back in the Captain Marvel movie, but that was because it took place in the 90s, when he was younger and still alive in the MCU, before he'd been killed by Loki during the Avengers movie. They also just canonized Hawkeye's wife as the MCU version of Mockingbird. There was a version of that character on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., played by Adrian Palicki. So some of the MCU versions of the characters from the shows will be a little bit different. What about recasting some of the characters like Iron Fist? Wouldn't it be weird if some of the characters are the same and it's trying to be canon, but some of the actors are different? Like, you're telling me during the events of Luke Cage, when Iron Fist cameoed and they teamed up for Heroes for Hire action, it was this other actor the whole time and not Finn Jones, but it was from the same universe from that original show? The simple way Marvel, Kevin Feige, solve problems like this is to totally dodge the problem. The easiest way to win that game is to not play that game. You won't have a problem in future Marvel Phase 4, Marvel Phase 5 movies, TV shows, if you just don't bring back every single one of the characters. Like, if they don't want to bring back this version of Iron Fist in new episodes and recasting would create too much confusion, they'll probably just not bring back Iron Fist at all, ever. You can't have a continuity problem if you never introduce another new version. It's also kind of the same thing with Luke Cage and Punisher, for example. Mike Colter was great as that character, John Bernthal was amazing as Punisher. Marvel does not have plans to recast Luke Cage or Punisher. But if those actors are too busy filming other shows, other movies, and Marvel doesn't have a really great story to bring them back for, Marvel will just not bring those characters back until they find that opportunity. So that's why you're seeing the Daredevil characters come back right now, but some of the other Netflix characters probably won't come back for a long time. So technically, yes, most of the Marvel Netflix stuff is canon to the MCU now via all this Daredevil stuff that they just did in Spider-Man No Way Home and then during the Hawkeye series, but a lot of the other characters won't officially be canon, like 100% canon, until you physically see them appear on screen in a new project with the Marvel Studios logo on it. If you do have any specific questions about what's canon and what's not about any of the characters of the shows, post them in the comments and I'll try to address them. But coming up later this month, Marvel's Moon Knight is like the next big thing that's happening. I'll be doing full episode videos for that, just like I did for Loki, Hawkeye, WandaVision, all the other Marvel Disney Plus series. Oscar Isaac is going to kill it. He's going to be amazing. The Batman movie is also out this week, so be sure to go see it when you have the chance. Congrats to Andrew, you're the giveaway winner from my Batman review video. Please email me on the About page of my channel so I can get your details. Everyone click here for the Batman movie review video, Get Hype, and click here for my Doctor Strange 2 Iron Man video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.